Hello, my friends. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm Sheree. I'm so glad you're here. Come on into my craft room. I'd like to share a flip through of this finished journal with you. I've been working on it a little bit on video. You watched me decorate the cover and pick out some paper for the pages and make the tassel. So I've got it done. This is a little goodie pack, which I will show you at the end. But this is the journal. I've got a tie closure here. Sometimes I don't put a tie closure on the metal coil bound journals, but I had this gold ribbon that was perfect. It matches the tassel, which also has some gold ribbon in there, but it just is removable. And this is actually a scrap ribbon. I have a little container of scrap ribbon, and I knew I had this in there, and so I said, oh, that gold ribbon will be perfect on this journal. Whenever I get a ribbon scrap from my own ribbons, or I get, say someone gets a package at work, a flower arrangement, whatever, anywhere and everywhere, and I see a chance to get some free ribbon. This is where, or some of this piece I got in Happy Mail. Here's the gold. I've got more of it. I have no idea. I don't remember what it was from, but this is my little scrap ribbon bin. There's not a lot in here, but there actually is kind of a lot in here. Look at this pretty pink one. Anyway, here's some little, I need to get in here more often, but here's some that would be cute on tags. So you get the idea. Just a piece that's left over from my like rolls, or like that I pick up, like I said, here and there, goes in this little bin. So let's see, look at that down in there so it doesn't get squished. Anyway, on with the flip through. So I had asked you for help on the button, and I thank you so much for everyone's input. I think I pretty much understood what everyone was saying, but I don't know for sure on all of them. But let me show you the cover and the tassel together here. It is an old vintage 1950s poem book. The title is 101 Famous Poems. Here's the beautiful, I made it kind of a vintagey tassel with a little gold in it for extra, pizzazz, and it matches. I felt like this was probably a brighter gold in its beginning days, and so I thought that went well with the whole vintage look of the cover. And you can hear the little clinky of the buttons on here. There are buttons throughout, vintage buttons, and this is just removable. It's on a notebook ring. If you didn't see that video where I made it with you, it's just it was yesterday, so you can just go back one video and watch that. But yeah, it's just on this dark, or I think it's black, notebook ring, and you can hear the clinky clacky there. Not too loud, but it makes a nice sound, I think. And then you can see the gold ribbon and all the other fibers, eyelash trims, soft yarns, and things in there. So that is the tassel that's coming with it. And here's a journal. I did, like I said, ask you for help with the buttons, but this button, and this is the one I chose. You can see I put a little string in there. And here's the whole front cover with this pretty picture on here. And then here's a flower that I cut from a shirt, and another vintage button down here with some string. So that's how the cover ended up. Here's the back, a little ribbon decoration. So let's get inside. I did put a pocket here, and I wanted to define the pocket a little bit so you know where it starts, so you're not like, because it blended in so well you couldn't even see where it started because I used the same paper that I used here. So I put this little decoration, kind of a little collage here. This is one of my little ladies here, lady stickers, like almost like she's from a sewing pattern, but she's involved in a little collage there. And then some tickets that I had that say story, so the pocket starts right there. And in here I've got a couple things. A vintage beautiful postcard. It's never been used. So, and I think they call these, from what I've learned about, which isn't a lot, but from what I've seen about postcards, this one is called a linen postcard, possibly. It's got this matte finish, and it makes it very, I think, a very beautiful postcard. And then this is a flashcard that I had from the Quizmo game and had numbers all over it. There was only a couple of these. And I decided to make it into a tag here so you can see what's on the back. Got a little topper, collage topper there. And I put this piece of paper on here for writing purposes. It's like a little ledger paper. So cute, I thought. And so those are in that first pocket right here. So I wanted to put something here for strength and for defining of where the pocket starts. I added this book plate here. This book belongs to, so you can write on there. A pocket here where I have a double pocket with a, this is a tag made from embossed paper, and it's die cut. It has little stitch marks around and a little bit of ribbon there. That was a ribbon I showed you the other day that I wanted to use up. It was a little scrap ribbon, but I had just made it so like from something else, and so I said, let me leave it here so I can try to use it, and I did, so I didn't have to go in my scrap ribbon bin. And I used, decided, I've been wanting, and I keep forgetting, to use my dictionary pages. I have picked up so many beautiful, from small like this to large vintage dictionaries. I don't know why, but I just love dictionaries. They're so, I don't know, something about them. But anyway, I got out the smallest one and took these two little pages from it and put them in here for someone to use. I think I might have another one in here, I'm not sure. But anyway, at least I have those two in there, even if I don't have any more in here for you to use in some way. So I just think those are so cute. And so let me see if I can get them back in there. So here is some manuscript paper. I put one of my little vintage girls. She looks like a little vintage girl, but she's a little acetate sticker actually. And you can see through her. I like how you can see the lines through her. I think that's so cute. And then this paper here, it's something to do with budgets. I just like the purple lines. And I put one of my, I don't know if you saw the video where I said I opened up a package and all of these inspected by 8 little papers fell out of it. Like they usually put one in there, if at all, and there's about 8 of them in there. So I'm using them as ephemera, and I put one right there. And this little flip out grid paper or graph paper where I added this playing card as a tab. This is some, I had some pages in here where I cut them on purpose, cut them into a shorter, this way, width-wise size. And then I went back and added some scraps to them just to use up my scraps. So this is a piece of this yellow invoice paper, and added a piece of coffee dyed paper with a little ribbon there, and the same thing over here. You can see the 3 items over here too, which I think turned out really pretty. I do have some of my little red tabs in here from the Quizmo game again, and this is wallpaper, and this is a sewing machine here, and this is like color, material or fabric going through the sewing machine or getting ready to go through it, some thread, and I just had a little piece of this left, so I cut it up into a page or two. I think this is the only one I have in here, or the only one I had left. So there's that. So that's wallpaper with a tab. This is just regular note paper, like from an old notebook that I found at a thrift store, and here's the holes where it was bound previously in a spiral notebook, and I added these postage stamps here as a little tab. So those are real postage stamps that I got from an envelope. And so yeah, everything's in here. Everything in here is original, new, printables or anything like that. So this is some ledger paper with a little cat here. This I picked up at an estate sale actually. It was in like a banner form, and so I can cut them apart and use them like this individually. So I put one there to decorate. I haven't used them in a while, so I pulled those out of the depths of my drawer where I keep some of those things. And a vintage milk cap here on this purple lined page, that budget page, again, another piece of it. And this is pattern paper. You can see the pattern instructions there. I added, this is a very old pattern instruction paper, and I felt like, if you've ever felt that old paper, it feels kind of thin. So what I did to strengthen it was, on this side, I folded it over, like just the edge of it, folded it over so it's doubled before I bound it. And then on this side, I added a piece of scrap, just so when you touch it, it doesn't crack or, break in some way. So just added some strength there, and then this little piece of paper that you can make into write on there, add something to. Here's the other side of that. So, and the same thing, this is another piece of dictionary paper they pulled out, but you can see how old it is. It's brown, and it's not super thin like the little onion skin dictionary page, but it still is very old. So again, I think I folded over the edge. Yeah, I folded over the edge on that side again and added this trim here for strength on this side and for decoration. I think that's super pretty. Let me show you. I didn't show you the edge here, did I? Here's the edge with, I got trim here, and some back here. So you can see the little trims. I've got a bead dangle there, and here's the top with some of the little paper clips and things sticking out the top, and little fibers and things. So just wanted to show you that view real quick. So we were right here on this old dictionary page. This is another type of dictionary, a children's dictionary. So I left that. See how it's narrow? It's kind of, this page was, say, double this, and I just cut it in half. So this is one of the columns, and I think you'll see the other column in the journal somewhere, but it was just perfect to just cut right down the middle, and then you have all this pretty page from the pretty part from that page, that dictionary, children's dictionary page. So here's some scrapbook paper. It's coffee dyed, and it is a fold out. Let me move this over so you can see the whole thing. This is 12 inches, I think. And then, on the other side, so you put it back and you turn it, then you got the other side, the coffee dyed side, that again folds out all the way over to here. And right here I have a little pocket. This is a vintage florist card. It is a belly band, and this is a little tag I made out of a tiny flash card, and that is in there. I put one of my little tabs on top there, one of my whale tail tabs. And then this page, and let's see, this is the dictionary page. Hold on. There we go. This is dictionary page again. And here I put an envelope with a little piece inside. So there's a little journaling spot in here. Coffee dyed inside. It's just a little scrapbook paper with a sticker on it, but it's so cute in that envelope. Whoops, I put it back in wrong, because you can see the envelope of the flower through the window here, like that. Let's see, let me get it in there right, in case you didn't see it before. You can see the little flower through the envelope window. So cute. And then some of that invoice paper, the yellow invoice. This is the chicken paper that I showed you when I was showing you the pages. When I got these, I got a whole pad of these, paper pad, and they were too new looking, so I coffee dyed all of them. So it really did it. I like the texture it made it feel like, and the color on both sides. So on this side of it, I have a little pocket here with another little journaling spot made out of, looks like ledger, some type of ledger paper. Has a mushroom stamped on it. This little pocket here that I made out of something. So that is there. Book page, children's book page here from, this is from a children's magazine, and I've got a little tab here made from a Rolodex card, and then a baby page from a very vintage, you can see how retro this looks, vintage or retro baby book. And here's what this side looks like. So you can do whatever. I just like to, Well, if you haven't seen my journal with me videos, look at one of those where I'm working on my Mimi's book, and I have a lot of pages like that I work with in there. This is another part of the dictionary page with the trim. It's the other side of that one I just showed you, the children's dictionary. Pattern paper here, where I added this little scrap on the edge for strength. It's a little scrap of paper. And then the next page is also scrapbook paper that I picked out for this journal. Added a little coffee dyed scrap on there, so then it's coffee dyed on the back. And this is a little journaling spot here that I made from scrapbook paper. So if you saw my video, I used up all my scraps, so now I'm putting them in the, however I use them, I'll be putting a lot of those in my journals. And that's a little, it's on a lobster claw clasp, which is on a paper clip, but cute little bead dangle there. Okay, so this page, let's see, what do I have here? Okay, this was kind of a, this is a music page where I strengthened it again on this side. I folded the edge over, so you'll see it kind of looks like Franken paper, but I just folded the edge over here. It gave it a nice look, I think, and then I added this guest check on top for writing space. And there's one of my tabs too. I put about 6 of those little red tabs in this one. And a piece of instruction paper here, again, strengthened with a strip of scrapbook paper. It's a cardstock. I think it's paper. Here on this page, this is another page from the Children's Dictionary. And here I added a little journaling spot I made out of kind of a, instead of a flip up, flip down, it kind of flips out this way. So I added this little decoration here that I made on top. It looks kind of like a postage stamp, and it just opens this way. So two double flip out, I guess you could call it. And it's coffee dyed in here, so it came out really pretty. That's scrapbook paper. Dictionary page, the old dictionary here. On this side of that, I have a, this is an old, from an old Clue game, like a vintage, very vintage Clue game. This little envelope here, if you ever played Clue back in the day. And I have it now too, but the pieces look different. So this is an older one. And you put the little pieces in this, the little cards in this envelope. This is the envelope that you put the cards in. And so I decorated it with a little Tim Holtz girl here, a label, and in here I have several things. So this is a little tag that I made from a scrap, a pretty scrap, with one of my little whale tail punches. And then another little scrap that I made into a journaling spot. Has a tab on there. Super cute. I put all the little skinny things in there to make sure they fit. A little tiny journaling card. And a little tiny tag. So adorable, right? And then over here, a bridge tally card. So you can write in here, or if you don't want to, if you can't, write in here, if you feel like you can't, you can always put a piece of paper in here and then write in there. Or just glue some pictures in here. Would be cute. And then write up here. Whatever, just use your imagination. Another tab. Oh, this is a fold out here, so another large piece of scrapbook paper, 12 inches, fold out. Here's the color on this side, and then this side has the coffee dyed part. So you've got lots of writing space in here. So in here I put a little, one of my little zipper pouches. So let me see, I think it's closed. So you just unzip it, and you can store some things in here, whatever. But I have a couple of Tim Holtz pieces in here for you. They're little cards from Tim Holtz. This one looks like a library card, a used library card, and this looks like a penmanship little card that would teach you how to write cursive or something. so cute. And then that just zips up for, nothing will fall out. And this is one of my Franken pages that I made with you, where I used the scraps and I didn't put a backing on them. I just glued paper together. So didn't that turn out pretty now that it's in a journal? I cut it up to fit in here. Okay, let's see, what do I have here? Oh, this is an over the page little thing. So here's the page, the manuscript paper, and then here's a journaling spot, or whatever you want it to be. You can leave it over the page, or you could glue it down somewhere. You can have a pocket behind it, or just glue it down and have writing space in there, or a picture, whatever you want. That is there with the decorated paper clip. This was one of my scrap ribbons, this white ribbon here that I put on that paper clip. This is the purple lined paper. I need to get moving. Taking too long here. Kind of a Franken tag here that I made out of scraps at one time. Before, when I was using my scraps, I made a bunch of these. And then this is a journaling card, a cut apart. You're my main squeeze. And then that's on a paper clip with a little tassel. You see a little green tassel here. I had that tassel from something, and I put it on the paper clip. So I was like, I really like the tassel paper clips. They're really cute. Good way to use some tassels, so I put it on there. Oops, this came loose. I'll put that back under there. Okay, there we go. Next page, some of that yellow invoice with a, this is a cool paper clip with a little bead dangle on it. And a journaling spot here, made with coffee dyed paper and a little, I don't know, I guess I put a sticker on there. It doesn't even feel like a sticker. It's so cool. But I love how that turned out. I found it in my ephemera. I was like, oh, that is so cool. I'm going to put that in the journal. Yeah, I hope I have some more of those. Those are really cute. And here's another plain card here on a flip out. Paper, note paper, old note paper, ledger paper here. It has a little tag as a tab. And then here, let's see, I made a little, this is one of my chicken papers. Make sure you can see. And then on this side of it, I put a receipt as a flip up. So you can write on there, you can write under there, whatever you want to do, but it does flip up, flip out, you know. Here on this little flip out, I have a matchbook. So it's a vintage matchbook cover right here. And then I did a lot of flip outs in here. I didn't want to make scraps. I didn't want to make more scraps. So if you want to cut any of these off, you can, or make them into tuck spots. But I did a lot of flip outs in here because I didn't want to cut them off and make more scraps. I figured you could, whoever gets this journal could do that if they want to, or just, you know, have all this extra room. So this is another pretty baby book page. These are really gorgeous. Let me tell you the colors. I hope they're coming through on the camera a good bit because they're gorgeous colors here. And then so on that page I have a little this little journaling card made out of an index card and just kind of collaged on there with some doily and some flowers, and then a little binder clip with some of that yarn. This is the other piece I wanted to use up that I showed you the other day. This and that green ribbon, I was like, I left them out here. I'm like, I'm going to use these somehow in this journal. And that's what I did. I put that one there. So, and it sticks out over the top, which makes it fun. Okay, so this is a music page, another one of my red tabs. I don't know if I'm showing them all to you, but I think, like I said, I think there's about 6 of them. So I was digging through my appliques and applique type stuff. I have a little bin. And I found this one here, and it looked very, you know, the color just looked very vintagey. I had picked that up in a vintage shop here in my town, and it's just a little kind of label from some clothing or something. But I put it there, it strengthens the edge of the page, and it's a little decoration. And this side, a little, one of my little flip downs, or whatever you want to call it, from the receipt paper. So it flips down and down and down and down. Really long. See all of this. So, and then it folds back up so you can write on there. And it has the 2 little hearts made out of playing cards. And then you just tuck the top one under the bottom one. And it is a closure. There we go. And it holds itself closed. Let's see, I don't know if I have that. There we go. Oops, what's... Oh, is this another... Oh, this is another one. Okay, this must have come off of here. So here's another journaling card. Made this with an index card again, and here's the little decorated paper clip there. I guess that was over here. And here's the edging I put on this instruction. This is a sewing pattern instruction with a little edge again to strengthen. Dictionary, the very old dictionary page with the trim to strengthen and decorate. See how you can see it on both sides. This trim actually has, this particular piece that I used in here has 2 layers. So you can see it came off of something, but this is how I got it from the store. It was not on anything. I didn't cut it off anything. It was just like this. Actually, I got it in that local little vintage store that I'm talking about where I got that other thing I just showed you. But yeah, that's how it was. So I just kept it together. And here's the belly band. I showed you this trim, and I said I want to use this in here somehow. So this is what I ended up doing. I made a belly band here, and in here I have a little collaged journaling card or journal card, and this little piece here with a little collage down here, which is like a little journaling card too. So I did use some of that trim. I didn't use it up. I still have a good piece left, but I'm trying. So this is another that the kind of Franken paper that I used piece already on a page, and this is another. This is the rest of that page. So it flips out. There's a playing card tab. This is the last page of little girl decorating this pocket, and a guest check here, the yellow half of it. You know, these are the papery ones, and you have a white one in front and a yellow one in back that makes a copy of what you wrote. And then here's the back pocket. Here's the back page that you can put something on. They decorated this pocket with this little picture, and here's the other. I was looking for something to put here in my appliques when I found that other piece that I showed you that was a tag from clothing or something. I was looking for something to put here, and I put a flower there. So that's a picture with a little flower, and up here on the top to strengthen and, you know, delineate where the top of this pocket is. I put, this is a piece of film strip right here. It's kind of like, you know how film strip feels, kind of plasticky. Yeah, that's what that is, in case you get this journal and you're wondering what that is. And up here's the decoration I already showed you when we were working on the cover and the pages, but it's a little label with 2 little tiny like mini tags that I have tucked in there. And then I just decorated this bingo card where you can write on the back if you want. You can glue it down somewhere. But I just decorated them with 2 little, once my punch outs, butterflies, but just decorated with 2 butterflies there, and it fits right in this pocket. So that is the journal. Now I've just got a couple of minutes to show you the goodie pack. So it's going to come in this cool envelope. I think this might be vintage, and I think it's from like a day planner or something, a vintage one. I have a few of these, and I've been trying to figure out how I want to use them, and I decided to use one today. I haven't used any of them yet, I don't think. I may have used one in a binder journal or something like that. There's something else in here. Did I get it all out? Yeah. But it's really cool envelope, so you can put it in a journal, you can cut it up, take the front off the back, or whatever you want, but it's a really cool envelope. So let me flip through these things really quick. Some tags, different sizes, different papers and things. Here's another one made out of, has mushroom on it. I think that's a stamp. And then I stamped this tag. This was a pre-made tag, and I put a mushroom stamp on there. There's some scraps in here. I thought things like this, I think, make good little writing spots that you can put down somewhere and add your journaling. There's 2 pieces there, and old Monopoly game pieces. Some of my bird book pieces. These 2 here, these 2 little ones look like little what do you call it? I can't think of it right now. Cigarette cards or whatever. These are little pieces from, I have some Temu and some Your Creative Studio in here. So these are pretty little pieces that you can use to decorate or collage or whatever. Something that looks like a postcard. This one here is really cute. Looks like grid paper. This one's cute. I love these. I actually love those little pieces of paper. This is some scraps from the old dictionary. I couldn't throw those out, right? I had to use them, so I'm letting you, whoever gets this, use them. A pretty piece of scrapbook paper. It's coffee dyed on the back. This is another piece from my bird book. Isn't that gorgeous? All the little birds there. And it's, oh, this page, this book, I don't know if you remember or saw those videos where I used this book, but they all looked like they were coffee dyed on the back. So that was really cool. I didn't coffee dye it, that's how it came. Some scraps here, the manuscript paper, and a little piece from the wallpaper, and it has a little cat there, so I had to put that in here. A vintagey looking napkin, so it's a nice big piece of napkin you can use. I put a piece of my grungy, this is my kind of my grungy coffee dye paper that you can cut up and use if you want to put, like, if you have a page with typing or, you know, words on it or something and you want to cut out a piece of that. Put that in there. An old recipe card. I have a bunch of these. I think they're really cool because I like the color and just the fact that it's a recipe card, and you can decorate that, making it to a tag or a journaling card. A coffee dyed receipt, a coffee dyed time card, and yeah, I coffee dyed those, and a coffee dyed flashcard. Yeah, that's everything. And you never know what else I might stick in there. I'm thinking of my next few journals or orders. I'm going to, the freebie is going to be some of these plant cards. So these are pretty old. Let's see if they have a date on here. 1976. So these are some plant cards. And I had a book where they were bound in a spiral book. I think that's how I got them. And I sold a bunch of these in my Etsy shop. And so either I have to transfer them to my eBay shop now or do something with them. So I thought in the next few orders, I will get, you know, the freebie will be 4 of these plant cards. So they're old and they're really cool and can be made into pages or whatever you want. So yeah, my next few orders will get some of those, like maybe 4, whatever I feel like putting in there, whatever I have left. So until they're gone, while supplies last, limited quantity. So I hope you enjoyed this journal. I certainly did. And I'm on to my next one, so stay tuned, and I'll see you then. Have a great day.